think of the passion, God love everlasting. Keep the law of the land and book in case you're asking. Moving forward to the learning and it's free, cause I know that God know the combo go with Sister E. Love talk Sister E, God work Sister E, charity Sister E, let's talk with Sister E. All different type of information every week. Let me speak. If you subscribe, we going deep. Love talk Sister E, God's work Sister E, charity Sister E, let's talk with Sister E.
What's up, good people? I'm talking to y'all this evening in my kitchen because I'm straightening up. I decided to take a little break because I said I was going to do this. Y'all, I couldn't wait to get on here and talk about the foolery that's going on right now. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Shalom, shalom, everyone. Can y'all hear me? When I tell y'all, all the stuff that's going on right now, y'all, it's really interesting. What took me so long too, y'all, I was actually, let me tell y'all what happened. So the plan was 10 o'clock, I was gonna go live, 10 o'clock my time. And then when I go live, I was gonna go ahead and talk about what's going on with the CIA offers buyout to their entire workforce. That was the plan. I started cleaning up and started doing stuff around the house and listening to music. And some said, crazy girl, don't you got something you need to be doing? And guess what? I said, oh my gosh, I got a live to do. And was running in there. And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and finish up on what I'm doing and then push it back 30 minutes. And then I can get out here and do what I got to do. So while I'm doing this, y'all, I kid y'all not, y'all laughing at me. Don't laugh at me when I tell y'all this. I needed today just to go back and listen to the old gospel music that I used to listen to back in the day. It does something to my spirit every single time when I listen to it. And I used to actually sing with a choir in Memphis back in the day called Billy Rivers and the Angelic Voices of Faith. Sang with them for almost 10 years, just about. And we were actually a recording choir. And we did stuff like with Dottie Peoples. My last group, we did something. The other group I was a part of, we actually did some backup for an event for Kimberell. That's the other group, not Billy Rivers. So I'm going down memory lane, and I shared with y'all what I was listening to. I give y'all a little snippet, just a little snippet of my world before I was Sister E. So this is what I was right here. I was just going back, listening to this stuff. Y'all see how big I'm actually in this crowd. I'm in the choir stand. I wish I can show on my the pointer where I am. It kind of skims through. So this is what I was listening to. Okay, let me show y'all where I am in this. Y'all see the lady in the black and white jacket? Tell me if y'all see the lady in the black and white jacket. Hit a one if you can see the lady in the black and white jacket. Y'all can hear it? Y'all can, man, come on now. Okay, can y'all hear it? Now, I am the individual directly behind the lady in the black. I had a little low-cut dress on, y'all. That was back in my day, and I had a necklace on. I was so little in that video. I was in my prime because I was working out. So this was, I can't go to the pointer, but that was me in the back. Yes, that was young Sister E. I was all of 30 years old. Can y'all hear it? Give me a one if y'all can hear it, because somebody said they can't hear it. So this is me, y'all, before. So that was me. Y'all see me in the back. Y'all see me? That was me, y'all, back in the day. I was so young. Oh, geez. I was so young. Ooh, Saints, I was young in that picture. I was like, I'm 48 now. In that picture, I was like all of 30. I was like 30 some odd years old. I was like 33. I was about 32, 33. And my daughter was like about 7. She was about 7. She was young. So I'm listening to that and I'm just enjoying myself. And I'm listening to another choir singing, but I'm listening to it. And it instantly mentally took me back to that place. And in that place, that's when the Most High really started dealing with me about me. In that picture right there was the first time, around that season, he revealed to me who we were. This back in 2000, I'm gonna say 2011, probably 2010. It was around that time he first revealed to me that I wasn't quite ready, and I kind of ignored it and just kept it going because I thought it was just me. But I kept looking up things dealing with the Black Awakening, and it was just dropped in my spirit about the Black Awakening, and ran across all these videos about who we are. But I ignored it at that time because it wasn't my time. It wasn't my season for me to know. It was just, he gave me a glimpse. And then that was even like 2009 when I ran across who we were. And it didn't register then. And I really believe in that season in my life, it wasn't supposed to register. It didn't register until 2015 when it really clicked. And I said, wait, hold on. So, but I just want to let y'all know what I was doing. Y'all know how you cleaning and you listen to music and you just sing it to yourself, having a good time. And then I looked up and I said, something I'm supposed to be doing. Oh my goodness, I'm supposed to be talking about Trump. And ran straight to my computer and said, the Saints is they finna be real mad at me. So y'all, before I knew who I was, I knew him. That's what I wanted to say. I knew him for who he was. I loved him as my father, my Abba Yah. I didn't care if I was Israel, if I wasn't Israel. I just wanted him to know that I loved him with all my heart. And that's the Father Yah in heaven. And I just wanted him to know with all my heart that he means the world. I can't do anything without him. And that picture right there, y'all saw me. That's when he really started dealing with my heart. And my relationship with him it still is very close. You talk about somebody who did not mind to give a good little dance. Oh, baby, you talk about good old. I came up Pentecostal, and I still will. Don't catch me off guard, baby. Don't be too shocked if you ever be at a service with me and you see the spirit go up, and I be in the corner somewhere. Don't be too shocked. Don't be too shocked. Because the thing is this, I still don't step away from that. That is who I am in every sense of the word. Praising the Most High God, I love to praise him. I've never had a problem about praising him. So with that being said, I just want to let y'all know why I was late, because I was listening to that song. And have you ever heard of Thompson Community Choir singers? Thompson Community Choir out of Chicago. And the song is called Over and Over. And I love that song. He keeps on blessing me. Over and over, he keeps on blessing me. Fill my cup and let it overflow. Oh, they used to bless me. But that's just a snippet into who I am and who I was then and still is now. I still ever so often, if they have an anniversary event, I'll go and I'll sing. I'll go sing at anniversary events. We haven't had one lately in the past. Last one we had was before COVID. Yeah, before COVID was the last time we had an anniversary event. So it's almost time for another one. We were supposed to do one this summer, but one way or another, we ended up not doing it. So I think we actually will probably do some this summer too as well. So it's going to be a full summer. Not only if we do an anniversary with my choir, we also have the event with Israelite Justice Foundation. So y'all, this is gonna be an interesting summer. My goal right now is to really come from behind YouTube and really meet the people and get to know the people. That's what my heart is, and I love the interaction with the people. I love interacting with believers in Christ, and that's where my heart is the most. So, but with that being said, let's get to business. So, y'all, Trump is showing out sideways. Trump is actually going in and gutting the very system that we know right now. One of the things that that he is doing is he's actually going into. Are you coming in here? I gotta see my medicine. Hold on. Okay, so let me get my phone real quick, y'all. I ain't gonna be out here long because I got some stuff I got to do. I'll be done in a minute.
April, can I use, it's only like 3 painkillers left. Can I take
Hey. Yeah, I apologize. My house is loud. So you have my undivided attention, Saints. So with that, Trump is now at the point where he is dismantling the CIA. Have y'all heard about that? Have y'all heard about that? Give me a one if y'all have heard about that. Oh, wait a minute. Praise is what I do. Love that song. I love that song too. When I saw that, that caught my eye. So y'all haven't heard about what Trump is doing. Trump is funny. One thing I will say, that ninja gonna give you a good laugh. When I tell you right now, there are protests right now going on where they're pushing back on Elon Musk. I think that's how they are. Y'all ain't heard about what he doing with the CIA. Saints, please tell me, y'all ain't heard about this. Let me go ahead and go and play a good old video for you. They cutting up sideways. They are cutting up sideways. This is getting ready to be. Let me go ahead and play this video. And then once I play this video, y'all gonna see why I said I gotta get online right now. I couldn't waste no time on it. I couldn't waste any time. Oh my gosh, somebody said, oh, y'all ain't heard about what he's doing to the CIA. This person here think that I am a fan of Trump. That is too funny. I love it. I love it. I'm a fan of the Most High Judge and the foolishness. That's what I'm a fan of. Oh, hold on. Rio, I'm gonna let you out in a minute. Let me share my screen. Let me share. Is Ema in here? Let's see.
Well, first it was the FBI. Now it's the CIA.
Can y'all hear?
A major shake up.
One second.
America's spies agency.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear the video? Give me a one if y'all can hear the video. Can y'all hear the video? It's breaking up again? Oh my gosh. Okay. What am I utilizing? I'm back in. Let me get out of let me get out of Edge real quick. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna go into another web browser. Give me 1 minute. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Let me close this out. Let me leave. Okay, I'm back. Why is it? Hold on. All right, let's get that video started. Hey, Rio, just chill out, sir. Chill out, chill out, chill out. I got you. Let me go ahead and go to that video. And all right, I'm gonna share. Rio, 1 second. Jeez. Y'all hear Rio in the background. I know it. Okay, so what I need for y'all to do is Rio, 1 second. Okay, so y'all gotta let me know if y'all can hear the video or not. I'm finna play it. If y'all don't hear Rio whining in the background, hold on.
Well, first it was the FBI. Now it's the CIA that's facing a major shakeup. America's spies agency is being offered sweeping buyout. That means every CIA staffer can quit in exchange for about 8 months' pay. The move is meant to weed out those who don't support the MAGA agenda. And the buyouts are meant to support the agency's new goals of targeting drug cartels and undermining China. Meanwhile, over at the J. Edgar Hoover building, it's even more tense. The FBI today complied with a DOJ demand to give information on thousands of agents who worked January 6 cases. We're talking about ID numbers and job titles, not names. Several FBI agents even filed a lawsuit accusing the DOJ of conducting a loyalty purge. The acting director of the FBI, Brian Driscoll, has tried to stand in the way, defending the rank and file and becoming somewhat of a G-man folk hero along the way, with AI memes like this one, celebrating him for pushing back on the agency's purge.
And we're sure this is shocking for many of you that are just hearing the news.
But soon, Driscoll will have to face his new boss, the newly confirmed Attorney General Pam Bondi, who begins her first full day tomorrow. Lots to get to on all of this tonight with National Security Attorney Mark Zaid and former top counterterrorism executive at the FBI, Christopher O'Leary, who's currently a senior VP for global operations at the Sufin Group. Thank you both for being here. Chris, let me begin with you. I want to know what your reaction is to now CIA employees, all of them really, being offered buyouts. Combine that with the FBI news, everyone's wondering, is this going to put Americans in danger?
Well, Laura, simple answer is yes. The combination between the FBI and the CIA, those are two of our primary agencies responsible.
Hold on, y'all. I forgot to do my little disclaimer. Hold on. Let me do this real quick before I get hit. Rio is in rare form, y'all. He mad because he's locked in my bedroom / office because I'm not going to let him out, because if I let him out, he's going to go in there and harass everybody while they're eating. And so if y'all hear him whimpering and whining right now, it's because he wants to get out and go in the other room with other people. So he ain't being mistreated. He just spoiled. Rio. So with that being said, here is the copyright. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, new reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So before I play this video again and finish playing this video, I'm going to scream, fair use. I am utilizing this I'm utilizing this for education and research purposes only. Fair use. Now let's get back to business. So I'm gonna stop here too as well. If you notice, Trump is making an effort to go for the very people that ended up investigating January 6th. Y'all, this is finna get interesting. Not only are we seeing this happen in real time where the CIA is now being offered buyouts. We're getting ready to see a situation where you're going to have loyalists come in and take over. With that being said, if you are not fulfilling Trump's agenda based on this, you ultimately can get ran over, like seriously. So you have to follow his orders. I mean, when I say it's all in vendetta, it is. It's like he said, I'm gonna get y'all back. And he meant it. He meant it. So it's right now you got that. Then it's a bunch of protests going on. People don't realize that. They ain't splashing that on media too much. But there are quite a few protests going on right now as we speak. So this is very interesting. I think I'm just in Rio. My nigga, stop it. Does anybody want a chocolate colored Cocker Spaniel? He is 3 years old and he's so adorable. I'm selling him for a price of 1 cent. Y'all want him? Anybody that wants a Cocker Spaniel that's 3 and spoiled and act like the world is coming to an utter end because his friend is in the other room eating. And now he's under the bed pouting. He's under the bed pouting. He's real pissed off right now because I'm not letting him out of the room. So he'll be all right. So back to the normal scheduled programming. Yes, that's who he wants right now. But she's eating right now. And he does not know how to not have any. You hear him right now. Rio. He's real pissed off with me right now, but he'll be all right. But back to the normal scheduled programming. Y'all, there are protests going on. I'm going to play are y'all up for a late night conversation? If y'all up, let me know because we finna have a ball. He's not hungry. He just got to eat his food. He's just being him. So only if you want a golden. Oh no, they just as rough as Cocker Spaniels. Anything with golden doodle, golden Yorkie, anything, you finna get another spoiled one. So let's go for it. Let's go and finish this video.
Responsible for our national security, whether it's counterterrorism, great power competition, you name it, from head to toe. Those two organizations are what protect America, along with the Department of Defense. Eroding the workforce or really getting after the morale and really empowerment of the workforce is going to have a direct impact on national security at every level. It will also have, from the FBI standpoint, a real impact on fighting crime on the streets, which is what this administration says they want to do. But FBI agents and leadership, they run those violent crime task forces around the country with state and local partners. They run the transnational organized crime task forces around the world. So really reducing their ability to do all of this is going to have a measurable effect on the crime in the United States and in the region.
I mean, I can't imagine having that level of turnover in an instant at this moment in time, Mark. And the big question is, suppose all these employees say, no, thanks, I don't want your buyout. Does the DOJ have the legal authority to then remove these agents, remove these analysts?
Well, that's a good question. Look, the FBI has a lot of civil service protections in the normal world. I've represented FBI personnel for almost 30 years or so, maybe more now, I guess, and all the agencies. And I mean, even at the agencies where the director could actually legally remove someone without any due process, and that does exist at a number of the agencies in statute, in regulations, they don't do it. I've had one case in 30 years, and I've never come across another, because all the agencies have always believed in due process. Now, sure, when Robert Hansen got arrested by the FBI for spying for Soviet Union Russia, he didn't get due process. There's a national security exception to fire employees for something of that nature. But for working on an assigned criminal matter that was prosecuted across the United States for attacking the Capitol, and yet somehow you get fired for that with no due process. I mean, even if you just get fired for that with due process, that's just not the system we're used to, nor should we tolerate.
Well, Mark, I mean, you went from hearing about one to you may have scores, frankly, of members of these organizations who are looking for representation. You represent a number of the FBI agents already. What are they telling you about how they are feeling about the prospects of not only our security, but how vulnerable they are to being let go?
Well, I can say not just from the FBI, since obviously those buyout offers have gone to many agencies. They are demoralized. These are individuals who, for example, the lawsuit we filed today against the FBI, I think the shortest term was like 8 years of service. A couple were over 20, almost a quarter of a century. At all of the agencies, when they woke up to get an email from OPM that was, if you read it, just insulting, was basically saying, look, we don't really need you any longer. If you want to take the buyout, good riddance. And these are really dedicated public servants who are not partisan. I have no idea how they voted Republican, Democrat. They don't care either. And it is, I don't know how the government's going to function. I mean, I think that's the bottom line in these agencies. And the amount of experience that we are about to use and the extent to which that will harm American national and domestic security, you can't even actually articulate the degree. I mean, forget about whether or not your tax returns are going to be filed or processed properly, or you just name any type of institutional, your Social Security checks. You know how slow things go in the government in the normal time?
He said tax return. I just cringed. If they shut down IRS, I would not be upset. I don't be upset for my friends who work for IRS, but that's one institution that I ain't got to ever see again. But yeah, I kid y'all not. Literally, Trump is going from every federal institution and saying, "You're out. Let's close this. You're out. Let's close this. You're out." I mean, every day he said, I love the joke on TikTok when they say, "Somebody please take his pen." I'm like, don't take his pen. Let him keep going. Let him keep going. I ain't upset about it. Because the thing is, the instability that the average American is feeling right now within this country is the instability that you feel as a person of color like myself. This government was never designed to benefit us, but only benefit them. Great example, DEI. DEI was never beneficial to us, just like affirmative action was never beneficial to us. So with them closing down those institutions, guess what? You're not going to get Black people to parade and act crazy in the middle of the street because you're taking these things away, because we've come to the realization that the game was never for us, but it was against us. They never gave us DEI. They never utilized for affirmative action. All these bills were always meant for other communities but us. Other communities, from the Caucasian woman to the alphabet group to the every minority got access but us. So with them cutting access to all this, we like, okay, that's fine. Great example with the affirmative action. Affirmative action got cut. The Asian community thought they was doing an aha moment with us and didn't understand why we wasn't in the middle of the street protesting, because guess what? This stuff was never designed for us. So with that being said, these institutions that's falling apart, we're not protesting in the middle of the street, because CIA has always been out to we were enemy number one with the CIA, FBI, and IRS. They all been coming for us. So shut them down. We ain't upset. Okay, business as usual. But I'm telling y'all, the very system that we're looking at right now, I mean, hey, it says in the Bible, you'll see these things happen. That's the Bible. It said we're going to see these things happen. So I keep playing it.
You can imagine when there's 10%, 20%, 30% less workforce.
Chris, I mean, just hearing that, it makes my head keeps shaking, looking to think about how this could be viewed internationally, how people would be able to share information with us, the trust in the absence, frankly, a dearth at that point of institutional knowledge and cases that are ongoing that have nothing to do with January 6th whatsoever. You got the acting FBI director, Chris, Brian Driscoll. He has become something of a kind of hero for the FBI's rank and file. And in fact, he initially refused to give the names of the agents to the DOJ. And then he released this video today. Watch.
We will never take our eyes off of our mission, protecting the American people and upholding the Constitution. Because at the Bureau, we're focused on the work. And people we do the work with, our partners, and the people we do the work for, the American people.
You actually worked with him. How do you think he's handling what, frankly, is an unfathomable position?
So Brian is the best of us in the FBI. He's a humble professional who made an incredible reputation based on his work and his courage and his bravery and his humility. And that's all being demonstrated in front of all of us right now, along with Rob Kassane, the acting deputy director. They both have incredible operational experience. Nobody's ever heard of them before. They have not really spent much time in headquarters because they have been in the field protecting this country. Brian is doing what he would have done on any Friday when he stood up last Friday. He's being a leader. He is, carrying out justice with integrity and strength and courage. And that's what we should expect in our leaders. And he is focused on two things: the mission of the FBI and the welfare of his people. And that's what you should have in a leader. And that's what he is really demonstrating to the entire country. And he has a huge following in the FBI workforce who feel really persecuted right now. And the country will suffer unless we change this dynamic.
Mark Zaid, Christopher O'Leary, thank you both.
Can y'all hear? I'm just cut it off. Did y'all hear everything that was said? Y'all, I'm sitting here and did y'all hear the entire video? I see that Hebrew Way says she can't hear. I ended it. But with that being said, y'all, the very system that they designed is actually imploding. I'm just sitting here like giddy. I'm as giddy as a schoolgirl right now. That's the best way I can say it. Because I'm watching this. I don't want to miss not a second of this event. I want to see everything. I want to see it play out. I don't want to miss nothing. I don't want to miss a piece of anything. Because the thing is, we're getting ready to see, and we're seeing it before our very eyes. We're getting ready to see how the Most High is moving on our behalf. And moving, because the thing is, have designed us to be able to weather storms. Do you realize all the stuff we had to endure as a people? That you telling us CIA falling apart. We say, okay, you're not getting your Social Security check. And first and foremost, Big Mom and all of us can live in the same house. You're not getting your income tax check. Okay, that's fine. We can, it is what it is. We have been there. Layoffs on top of layoffs. Car payments going up. Okay, well, the one thing about Black folks, we'll say, come pick it up. We don't care. We don't care. You can come pick up this little old car. You can come pick it up. We ain't on no shame, no foul. We have endured so much as a people that a system breaking down, the system been broke since it's always been broke to us. System has never operated properly for us. It's never fully functioned for us. It's done just enough to be able to do the bare minimum for them to stay out of trouble for us. So taking away all these programs, doing all this stuff, CIA already counted ninjas as enemy number one. We just like, that's fine. But every group wants us to be involved in the fight. I was looking at that Black people are not taking a seat. We say we're not fighting this fight. We staying out of this as a whole. Now you do have some that have some political involvement in the system that they just like, no, we gotta fight. Black folks say we tired. We done fought so much to the point it's just like, why fight? We're tired. We're tired of being tired. Our tired is tired. Our tired is tired right now. And we done hit a point where we just like, go ahead and do what y'all want to do. This man can come in here, he can do whatever he want to do. I really don't care. We're so tired that if Putin came right now, we'd be like, all right then. That's how tired Black folks are. We like, all right, Putin, how you doing, sir? Are you gonna oppress us too, or are you finna do? Are you gonna do right by our people? We just tired. You know, we the first one in. We the first one in, and the last one in, and the first one out. Tired is tired. That's my new phrase. I'm gonna get a T-shirt to say that. Tired is tired. We didn't hit a point. We didn't just hit a point. We didn't hit a brick wall. Because we've hit this brick wall and say this system was never. You promised us all these things. The system promised us that if you go and fight the war for us, we're gonna give you housing. We're gonna design something called redlining. If you pull yourself up by the bootstraps, you're gonna have access just like the next person has access. Let's create a glass ceiling. It got to the point that Black folks just said, let me just be able to pay my bills, be able to go to brunch and go out of town. That's it. That's not, I'm not trying to please it. I'm just trying to make it. That's key right there. And when you get a group of individuals that's like this, when you get in this situation where you need our voices, because don't get it twisted, they need us to get in the fight with us. We checked out. They need us to fight for them, but they don't want to fight for us. Ooh, ain't that something? They need us to fight for them, but they don't want to fight for us. And Black folks just said, enough is enough. We're not fighting this no more for y'all. This is y'all's fight. We ain't getting in the streets. We really don't. The thing is, we don't even care Trump is in office. That's what's so crazy. Now, the mainstream media is trying to do scare tactics to scare the heck out of us. Hell out of us. That's the only way I can say it right now. But we was like, we didn't deal with Jim Crow. We dealt with everything. Glass ceilings, all that. What the most can Trump do to us? I'm at a point, we at a point where we just like, enough is enough. So right now, what's going on? Moving on to the next conversation. This is going to be interesting. Rio, my goodness, sir. You got protests. And the protest is erupting because Elon Musk is gutting agencies. We don't care. I just want to say that I don't. Y'all, when I tell you, I'm so tired right now. I'm just like, I'm finna just watch it do what it's gonna do. But Elon Musk right now, protests are erupting right now because they say Elon Musk moves to gut government agencies. So I'm gonna share this good old video and let's see what's gonna happen. But I'm gonna say this again. I'm tired. It's tired. That's it right there. Aaron Bullock said, we on break. We are. We checked. When I tell you the Black community in the U.S. so checked out. Baby Saints is plumb checked out. We like, we ain't in this fight. That's y'all's fight. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy life while I can before it all falls apart. And I'm just gonna ride it until the wheels fall off, and that's it. Because nothing has benefited us in this system. Every single fight, we win the fight. Once we get in, Black folks can fight a good fight, and once we get in it, they'll tell us at the end when the win happens, oh no, this is not for you. This is for us. So this whole civil rights movement, we ain't benefited from it. And people will say, y'all have benefited from it. Yeah, bare minimum. but other groups have benefited more than us. So, but I'm gonna let them fight. I'm finna chill. So Elon Musk, they think it. People are protesting right now because Elon Musk now is doing things that he ain't got no business doing. So literally, they are protesting that Elon Musk is not the president. Can the president please stand up, sir? And yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this good old video, this beautiful beam footage. Here we go.
Administration is moving at a breakneck pace, targeting agencies and slashing the federal workforce. And one man is orchestrating it all. Elon Musk. Currently the richest man in the world, Musk has been given access to critical systems across the federal government. Today, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said Musk could decide for himself if any government funds that his team has access to are in conflict with his business interests.
If Elon Musk comes across a conflict of interest with the contracts and the funding that Doge is overseeing, then Elon will excuse himself from those contracts. And he has, again, abided by all applicable laws.
Alarmed by Musk's influence and growing control, House Democrats on the Oversight Committee attempted to subpoena Musk, but were blocked today by House Republicans. Our Laura Barone-Lopez has been covering the latest, and she joins us now. So Laura, Musk and his team, the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, are moving very fast. Bring us up to date. Since Monday, how many more agencies and government systems has he gained access to?
So to date, Musk and his team have accessed at least 11 agencies, and the count is growing every day. So that includes USAID, Treasury, Education Department, FAA, FBI, and what does that mean? That means that with access to these agencies, he has access to the government's biggest payment systems, to personnel information, to the personal information of many Americans, HR systems, and much more. The New York Times also recently reported that Doge has access to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, which has contracts totaling in $1 trillion. And now we asked the White House about all this. White House claims that Musk and Doge have, quote, the appropriate security clearances, and that Doge employees are employees of relevant agencies. But it's not just about gaining access, Amna. Elon Musk has also gleefully tweeted on X about dismantling entire agencies beyond USAID, including the Education Department.
You've been reporting on this issue of Musk and his team getting access to the Treasury payment systems. What does that mean? Do we know if he has power to stop payments, for example?
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says that Elon Musk and Doge have, quote, read-only access. But the White House has not directly answered if Elon Musk and Doge have the power to stop a number of these payments that go out of that system at the Treasury Department. The White House press secretary today seemed to imply that he might, citing some very specific payments that Doge itself was stopping. But a source familiar that I talked to who was familiar with what happened during the transition said that members of Musk's team were asking the Treasury's Bureau of Fiscal Service if they could stop payments that were going through that system, and that Doge wanted information and access to the underlying code of that system.
So what could all that mean? What are the implications of that kind of access?
I spoke to Natasha Sarin. She's a former Treasury official during the Biden administration, and she said that Musk and Doge's access, which the Doge team has a number of 19 to 24-year-olds who have no government experience. She said their access poses a risk.
I would think about it as like a data security, cybersecurity risks, right? Risks of private information about individuals, like their social security numbers, their bank account information, getting out to the public. I would think of another category of risks is national security risks. So you're making it more possible for our adversaries. The less secure this data is and this infrastructure is, the more possible it is for our adversaries to be able to manipulate it.
So just to hammer it home, Amna, Natasha said that that means that Doge has access to social security numbers, direct deposit bank accounts for everyday Americans. And we should note that a federal judge did indicate today that he may issue a temporary restraining order against Doge's ability to access those payment systems.
Yeah, this is going to get real ugly with Elon Musk having that kind of power. It is, because Elon Musk is looking at things from a corporate standpoint, meaning when you work for these government agencies, you have to go through getting security clearance because you're going to get access to information, especially dealing with government stuff. You're going to get access to information that can be detrimental to people's livelihoods, access to their personal information, history, social security number, all this type of government type of information. They say you got to have government clearance. These people ain't got no government clearance. They get 19 and 20-year-olds in here who possibly have hacker type tendency, possibly. You're giving the hackers the information. So they're literally saying, why are y'all doing this? Now, one thing about Black folks, we really don't even care about that. Baby, I'm like, get my information. While you in there, knock them student loans out. So, with that being said, we are so unbothered. But they are literally protesting because they're saying Elon Musk is actually running the country and not Trump. So, it's interesting.
Laura, what do we know about why Musk and Doge have been given this kind of apparently
Hold on, y'all. Oh my gosh.
In this way.
Hold on. I lost my video.
Here in the U.S., the Trump administration is moving at a break.
The Doge team has a number of 19 to 24-year-olds who have no government experience. She said their access poses a risk.
I would think about it as like a data security, cybersecurity risks, right? Risks of private information about individuals, like their social security numbers, their bank account information, getting out to the public. I would think of another is national security risks. So you're making it more possible for our adversaries. The less secure this data is and this infrastructure is, the more possible it is for our adversaries to be able to manipulate it.
So just to hammer it home, Amna, Natasha said that that means that Doge has access to social security numbers, direct deposit bank accounts for everyday Americans. And we should note that a federal judge did indicate today that he may issue a temporary restraining order against Doge's ability to access those payment systems.
Laura, what do we know about why Musk and Doge have been given this kind of apparently unfettered access to these government systems?
Elon Musk has said pretty publicly that his goal is to cut the deficit by stopping all of these improper payments. But he's made a lot of sweeping accusations without any evidence, calling USAID payments there just totally corrupt. He claims that the Bureau of Fiscal Service, that's that Treasury payment system we're talking about, that they've never stopped improper payments. Well, experts that we talk to say that that's a fundamental misunderstanding of what those civil servants do. They're only responsible for cutting checks. They are not responsible for vetting the payments at all. That happens at the agency level. And so there is a concern amongst government workers that Elon Musk is essentially claiming and creating a head fake saying that there are all these improper payments going out of the federal government and claiming that essentially as a permission structure to then eventually stop payments.
In the big picture here, we've seen Musk gain access, get control of these systems. Help us understand the influence. What kind of a takeover is this we're seeing?
Well, some of the experts that we talk to say that there's a name for this, and that name is state capture. What is state capture? It's when a wealthy individual like Elon Musk is able to capture the mechanisms of government, gain control of them, and then potentially manipulate them for their personal gain. And I spoke to Tyler McBrien, the managing editor at Lawfare, who said that state capture practically works like this.
It's rewriting the rules of the game in terms of law and policy. It's capturing administrative decisions through appointments, budgeting, things like that. And then it's attacking these accountability structures. So the inspectors general, any sort of congressional oversight that should happen, the media as well. You see this now with certain government agencies only reporting things on X and no longer issuing press releases.
He mentioned inspectors general. A lot of inspectors general are gone now because the Trump administration put them on leave. One of the only ways he said to stop state capture is public awareness. And we saw today that there were a lot of protests and backlash there across DC, outside of the Capitol. Hundreds protested the dismantling of USAID. And you hear them talking about chanting against Elon Musk there, Amna. So that is potentially one of the only ways that state capture could be stopped.
Laura Brown Lopez, thank you.
Thank you.
That's crazy, y'all. That is so crazy. I mean, this is it me? I'm gonna ask this question. Is it me? Well, I'm the only person that wakes up in the morning wondering what new thing finna be on the news that's finna shock everybody. Every day I'm looking for something. Every day. I told y'all, Trump coming in office is finna be party like it ain't 1999 on the news. The news has been the most interesting thing in the past couple of weeks. Oh, I've been missing him. I'm like, welcome back, because the news have been boring. We've been watching Biden fall asleep in these meetings, and it's just been boring. Come on, Trump in here and give us a show. And when I tell you, he didn't fulfilled every promise about giving us a show, because every morning I wake up, I'm like, this ninja right here is showing out. But let me watch this good old news. Because truth be told, when Biden and Kamala was in office, I really wasn't watching the news. Because it was just, Biden, they give him his split pea soup and bring him out and tote him out and let him say what he gonna say, and then they pull him out again. Every blue moon, he'll give you a little something because they forgot to give him his meds, and he'll say something that's just crazy. But Trump, woo! I said he finna give us. When he won, I said, oh, the news finna be real interesting. He finna give me a good old show. And when I tell you, he has not disappointed me yet. When I tell you, every time he pick up that pen, Saints sweating somewhere because they like, this nigga, what is he finna sign today? In a minute, he gonna accidentally sign all black people in America can get reparation. Please, Father God, let that run across his desk and let him accidentally sign off on that. After that, he can't change it. I hope he accidentally signed. He's signing so much stuff, he don't know what he's signing at this point. Let him accidentally sign that reparations bill. Ooh, y'all, let's all pray together. All 177 of us. Let's pray that they accidentally put the reparations bill in front of him and he accidentally signed it. Because at this point, I don't think he know what he's signing sometimes. Because when I say he ain't reading nothing, I know he ain't reading these bills. I think he just got his pen and they said, go for it. Ooh, he just signed it. He's signing the country away. Just accidentally let that good old reparations run across that desk. And you accidentally sign it because you ain't read it. Ooh, Saints gonna be celebrating. That's when I probably leave this country. When they give me my check. When they give me my check, I'm finna bounce. Because I got the money then. To be able to do what I want to do. Sign that bill if you want to. Let Most High, please let that run across his desk and let him not read it and let him sign that reparation bill. That'll change the whole game, y'all. Because he's not reading this stuff. But I'm telling you, the entire time Trump has been in office, he has not disappointed me. He ain't disappointed me yet. He cutting up soul to the point. In a minute, he gonna say, I am disbanding I want him to go ahead and just disband this good old IRS. I'm like, go ahead and do that, Trump. He bad at everybody. He tearing it up, and they don't know what to do with him because he's not gonna stop. He's not gonna stop. I'm just every morning, I promise you, this man gives me a show. I have been working from home for the past couple of weeks. I'll go to the office. In fact, let me go ahead and charge my iPad up. Because when I tell you, I have to watch the news. If Rio, you should give up. Oh my goodness. Every morning, I'm looking at the news and say, okay, what's new? He said he getting ready to give a buyout to the CIA, the entire workforce. I said, oh Lord. This man is unhinged, but I love it. Oh, it's like watching Atlanta Housewives in the White House. That's what it feels like right now. I feel like I'm watching a episode of Atlanta Housewives because it's just that they could make a reality show out of this presidency. They actually could make that. They can make a reality show out of the presidency. Because I promise you, never once have I been disappointed when I cut the news on and they say Trump did, and I promise you, them Democrats and them liberals and some of the Republicans are about to lose it. I am enjoying. Who is it? Give me a 1 if you're enjoying the news right now. Is it just me? I'm enjoying it. Give me a 1. Give me a 1 if you're enjoying it right now. If you're watching it, I'm watching it every day. Oh, St. Rio is that's another one who unhinged right now. It's good. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. If you ain't watching it right now, it's something really wrong with you. And I'm questioning everything you do because he never disappoints me at all. At all. So, democracy now. I love watching Democracy Now. I watch Democracy Now on the train as I go to work. Reason being, because she has some good stuff. I love watching her. So she just did a report says, is Elon Musk staging a coup? Let it be one, because I'm telling you, I'm finna watch. Y'all don't realize how I enjoyed January. I ain't gonna say, I accidentally said that. I actually slipped out my mouth. I said I enjoyed watching January 6th. Hold on. Oh, okay. I ain't mean to say I enjoyed watching January 6th, but January 6th was amusing. Oh, when I tell y'all. So with that being said, this right here finna be about the same. So a coup is what we saw January 6th, but on a bigger magnitude. It's just like they just overthrowing the government, if you don't know what that means. So let's look up coup first before we watch this. What is a coup? I hope I'm saying it right. Y'all know I'm country. So it is a sudden, violent, unlawful siege of power from a government. So that's the thing right now. They think that he is staging that right now. So I'm going to share. Hopefully I don't get hit this with a strike, but I'm going to say this. Fair use. This is used for education and research purposes only. Thank you so much, Lady with Democracy Now, because this is really interesting when I saw this.
Career U.S. Treasury Department official David LeBrick has been forced out of the agency after he resisted a demand by Elon Musk and his associates at Doge to gain access to the government's vast payment system, which disperses trillions of dollars in federal payments each year. Trump's new Treasury Secretary, the billionaire Scott Bessent, ended up giving Musk access to the system, which includes sensitive information about taxpayers, Social Security recipients, government contractors, including Musk's rivals. Musk is also accused of waging a takeover at the Office of Personnel Management, where career civil servants have been locked out of computer systems.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I got disconnected. So let's go back to the video. I don't want y'all to think that they just shut me down. Hold on.
Musk's rivals.
I kid y'all not. I am fighting with my laptop right now. I am so sorry. Reason I'm fighting with it, I'm so used to Apple where I can just click anywhere on my mouse and it'll take me there. I have to remember that with PCs, one segment is clickable, the other side is right click. So let me go ahead and redo this. Rio. Stop it. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's get to it. Back to my history. Let me share. Actually, I'm finna go to bed in a few. Real and with my nerves. Hold on. All right.
Musk is also accused of waging a takeover at the Office of Personnel Management, where career civil servants have been locked out of takeover. Demand by Elon Musk and his associates at Doge to gain access to the government's vast payment system, which disperses trillions of dollars in federal payments each year. Trump's new Treasury Secretary, the billionaire Scott Bessent, ended up giving Musk access to the system, which includes sensitive information about taxpayers, Social Security recipients, government contractors, including Musk's rivals. Musk is also accused of waging a takeover at the Office of Personnel Management, where career civil servants have been locked out of computer systems. For more, we're joined by two guests. Waleed Shahid is Democratic strategist. His new piece on Substack is headlined, "Elon Musk is staging a coup." Waleed was previously the spokesperson for Justice Democrats and former senior advisor for the campaigns of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Jamal Bowman. We're also joined in Washington, D.C. by Lindsay Owens, executive director of the Groundwork Collaborative, who says there are several reasons Musk wants to control Treasury payments. None of them are good. Okay. Waleed Shahid, let's begin with you. What do you mean that Elon Musk is staging a coup?
So if this story was taking place somewhere in Central Asia or in Africa, the United States media, the United States State Department, international institutions would likely refer to this as a coup. A billionaire industrialist who donated $300 million to a campaign is installing his personal loyalists in key parts of the federal bureaucracy. This is essentially Viktor Orban's playbook. And we need to know, why does a billionaire industrialist with millions in government contracts, military contracts for his private companies need the social security numbers of every American, needs to know what every single check that the US government gives out to businesses, to charities? Why does this billionaire need to know this information? He was not vetted or approved by the US Senate. He has a history of corruption for using public resources for private gain. He's one of the wealthiest men in the world, and in any other situation, this would be called state capture, and people around the world would be condemning it. But in the United States, we are not used to this kind of level of creeping authoritarianism, of plutocracy, of oligarchy so explicit. And we need to. This is as Representative Ocasio-Cortez said last night, this is a 5-alarm fire. Senate Democrats need to be communicating to the American people. And last night there was a call by Indivisible Action for people to visit their senators and call for them to grind the Senate to a halt, to call for investigations, and to know, why does Elon Musk need to know this information? Why is he showing up on Saturday to the offices of the federal government demanding the private information of citizens all around the country?
Well, Lindsay Owens, you say none of the reasons are good. Lay those out.
Yeah, absolutely. So for most Americans, this is the first time that they've ever heard of the Treasury payment system. So what is the Treasury payment system? This is effectively the piece of the federal government that cuts the checks. And they cut a lot of checks. This is $6 trillion a year. Money that goes to individuals as Social Security payments for seniors, money that goes for organizations like Meals on Wheels to deliver lunches, foreign aid, as well as the funding that the government sets aside for key programs, paying its debts, making sure that we don't breach the debt ceiling and default on our obligations. So this is really unprecedented that Elon Musk has grabbed control of the keys of $6 trillion in payments infrastructure. There are a few reasons this could be happening. The first is, as your viewers know, last week, President Trump tried to end federal spending, just stop federal payments altogether. This was so outrageous and in violation of the Constitution that the courts intervened and said that he couldn't do that. What may be happening here is that Musk may be doing an end run around the courts, going straight to the source so that he can continue to stop those payments that the courts said needed to keep staying online. The second thing
Y'all, Musk is doing so much. They getting ready to. It's gonna be some. I got a feeling, y'all. The next year, it's going to be ridiculously crazy. I told you, I think going into this summer, it's going to really ramp up. So.
That may be happening here is this could just be a good old-fashioned cyber attack. Elon Musk could be interested in the Social Security numbers, the tax ID numbers of tens of millions of Americans. We know that he has partnered with Visa and is considering spinning out a payment system of his own. What we may have here is Elon Musk's attempt to get the private information for his own financial gain. The other thing that is incredibly worrying here is $6 trillion in spending is not just a lot of money, it's a macroeconomically significant amount of money. If Elon Musk starts tinkering with the code, the underlying technology that makes sure these payments go out seamlessly and effectively, he could inadvertently or on purpose bring the macroeconomy to a halt. I mean, this is an incredibly concerning seizure of government infrastructure, but it is also an economically significant moment in the country. So I couldn't agree with Waleed more. I mean, the word coup is the right word to be thinking about here, and Congress must intervene. I mean, if I was a senator, I think the most important thing to do is bring the Secretary of the Treasury to the Senate today to answer questions about what Musk has access to.
So the Treasury.
I want y'all to pay attention to this comment. Could this be control for the New World Order? What we consider to be the 1%? Because we already know that Elon Musk is a part of that 1%. Is Trump a puppet in place to allow the 1% to bring the economy to its knees, so that it will no longer be a middle class, but a lower class needing help from the upper class? Man. That right there, Dorothy Temple, when you just said that, I said, wait a minute. That light bulb just went off in my head. Man. There's something to think about, Saints. Something to think about. Trump is I really believe in my heart, Trump is not really Hunger Games. Yes. Y'all. Man. The elites are in total control now. And that's what it feels like.
Treasury Department's Inspector General, who could monitor Doge's activities, was among the 15 watchdogs who were purged by President Trump. Who's now in charge of or overseeing Musk's team?
Yeah, Musk is in charge. So that's exactly right. Some of the key chokeholds here to make sure that something like this doesn't happen have been moved out of the way, studiously, exactingly moved out of the way. So President Trump fired the Inspector General of the Treasury and the top civil servant of the Treasury Department, the man who was the acting Treasury Secretary between the time that Janet Yellen stepped down and Scott Bessent was confirmed by the Senate, has also been pushed aside, resigned over the fact that he didn't want to give Musk, a private citizen, a billionaire, the keys to the Treasury payment system. So there is very little stopping Musk from taking this over. Trump and Bessent have really, given him a glide path.
So, Waleed Shahid, where is the Democratic Party on this? Where are the Democratic senators and Congress members on this? I mean, you have Hakeem Jeffries, who holds an emergency meeting of the Democrats after a judge stops the federal payments from going out to, stops the ban on federal funding.
So the Democratic Party in Washington is largely asleep at the wheel. They are acting as if they're kind of a librarian shushing noise in a crowded room. They're still believing in the normal procedures, normal decorum, normal that everything here is the normal transition of power. And they still believe that what Elon Musk and Donald Trump are doing is just a libertarian reform of the government, not an oligarchic, plutocratic takeover of a private billionaire who is seeking to know, potentially seeking to know what his competitors might be doing with government contracts. He has private information that Elon Musk has contracts with international governments all across the world. But the Democratic Party is not able to put forward an opposition message right now because they feel like this is normal. And that's why it's so important for concerned citizens all across the country to twist the arm of your Senate Democrat. Go to their office. If you go to indivisible.org today, you can find a way to join your local chapter. And all around the country, whether your senator is a Republican or a Democrat or independent, they need to hear from concerned citizens because the Democratic Party doesn't move on issues of oligarchy, of plutocracy, of taking action, unless their constituents show up in person and demand that they hold hearings, take the bully pulpit in the media, and also grind the Senate to a halt until we know why does Elon Musk have this information, someone who is not elected.
So the Democratic National Committee on Saturday elected the moderate political insider Ken Martin as chair, despite calls from voters to urgently switch gears and respond to working people's needs following the party's crushing defeat, though it wasn't a major.
I let this play enough. So what I'm getting from this video, y'all, and what I'm getting from y'all, which makes sense, y'all. What if the plan this year is to crash the economy within this U.S.? Because people don't understand, regardless of what we got going on with BRICS, everybody's like, BRICS. Still, there is a level of influence. Now, y'all might not agree with me, which is fine. There is a level of influence that the U.S. still has from a monetary standpoint. They still have some level of influence. I think they still carry like 20-some-odd% of, I think somebody said the import export. I gotta look it up, but they still have a seat at the table. understand that when we're dealing with the 1% or the elites, they don't look at things from a US standpoint. They look at the things from a global standpoint. Who was in the college in the 90s and the very early 2000s? Give me a one. Give me a one. If you were in college at that time, give me a one. We're gonna stop it. So, what was the word that everybody talked about when we were in college? Globalization. Globalization was something that was the buzzword at that time. Whenever you went to business classes, they were moving towards a global economy and not necessarily a regional economy. They were looking at things from a globalization standpoint. So we all had to kind of shift gears when we were in our business colleges and we were in our, grad studies, undergrads, to think from a global perspective. And they put that in our heads. You know why? When Babylon falls, Babylon is going to be a global event and not just a U.S. event. Now, who is the mother of this global event? Not the mother, but who is somewhat of the engine of the system? Yes, the U.S., I really believe, is the engine. It's slowly but surely coming out of the realm of being the engine. But we are the consumers. We are the consumers. Heavy, 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 heavy consumers. I don't think there is another country that has the level of consumption that we have. If someone does have that, we still have a high level of consumption, meaning goods coming in and out. We are going to be the ones to buy those goods. We're going to buy the cars. We're going to buy the Apple watches. We're going to buy the Apple phone, the iPhones. We're going to buy the MacBooks. We're going to buy everything. That's just, we just going to buy. We're going to buy. Think about this. How much do you think it would impact the world if the economic system within the U.S. failed? Think about the level of consumption. Think about how we are as consumers. Do y'all realize the impact that would be if the U.S. just collapsed and none of us had money to buy anything? Let's say we woke up this morning and they said the stock market has crashed and can't nobody get no money out of their checking accounts. That would be a bad day. That would be rough on the system. Well, think about it. How much do you think, Rio, I'm going to beat your butt? Stop it. I ain't going to beat his butt. I'm just playing. Stop it. You just going to keep doing stuff. Stop it. I'm back. How much do you think that merchants will weep from? That scripture. Let me go to scripture real quick. Oh, I don't realize how serious merchants. Hold on. Here it is. Here it is. This will be an impact to the world. So, right here, this tells you something. It says the kings of the earth who committed fornication and live lavishly with her will weep and lament for her when they see the smoke of her burning, standing at a distance for fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour your judgment has come. And the merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her, for no one buys their merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold and silver, precious stones and pearls, fine linens, purple, silk, scarlets, even every kind of citron wood and every kind of object of ivory, every kind of object of most precious wood, brass, iron, marble, and cinnamon, incense, fragrant oils, frankincense, oil, wine, fine flour, wheat, cattle, sheep, horses, and chariots, and bodies and souls of men. The fruit that your soul, so pretty much right here. Understand. That's what people don't understand. That this is going to be, if the US today just shuts down. Let's say Elon Musk goes in and just jacks up everything when it comes to the economy within an hour. None of us can get into our checking accounts. None of us can make purchases. Do you realize how that could put every single country in a complete and utter tailspin? It's gonna rip through the world because the thing is, globalization has now caused us to put ourselves in a place that everybody needs everybody. There's not gonna be a time where people gonna be like, oh, we don't need the US. Oh, the US don't have that much power. Man, please, globalization changed the entire game. Changed the entire game. When I was in college, that's all I heard was globalization, globalization, global economy, global economics, global finance, global this, global that. Ooh, y'all, when I tell y'all, this is what we're seeing right now, though. We're seeing we're seeing a system that has intertwined with every single system of the world. US wasn't stupid. They ain't stupid. They said, well, I fall. US, I think, has this mentality. If I fall, y'all gonna fall too. They ain't stupid. That's why Trump is able to play the games he's playing. He's like, okay, let's do this. Understand. Y'all can play if y'all want to, but if I fall, y'all gonna fall. That's how they design this system. That's how there is no system out here that is not dependent on some form of support. Some, maybe very little, maybe a lot. We don't know. That's what we had that conversation about soft power, diplomacy, building these networks, interacting with these countries, getting them to buy into the petrodollar, getting them to do this. Man, do you realize how intertwined these countries are with the US? It's going to be a domino effect. When this place falls apart, it's going to be a domino effect, and every nation in the world is going to feel it. Ask yourself this question, Saints. Why is every single nation plugged into what's going on over here? We ain't really plugged into what's going on in other nations as much. We are, but we're not as much. But why is it everybody is plugged into what's going on here? From Canada to Mexico to the UK to Israel to the Arab nations to Africa to Afghanistan, all these countries are trying to figure out, wait, hold on. What's going on over here? Even though they are beefing with them, but what's really going on over here? Because guess what? If the lights go out in the US, your consumer is gone. That's why great merchants are going to be crying, because they're going to be like, wait, hold on. So ask yourself this question. This is just basic economics, basic economics. If this system crashes here, what do you think is going to happen to every other system connected? Every other system, every other country. Let's say US lights go out tomorrow. What do you think will happen to all the other systems? I'll wait. I need an answer, just one answer. What do you think is going to happen to every system if today? Chain reaction. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and post some of these on here. Chain reaction. Thank you, Brother Robert. Thank you, Cindy Love. Crash. Thank you. Only 6 games played, like a domino effect, like dominoes. Thank you, according to a domino effect. Skynet style collapse. Son of Judah. Thank you, Calvin Pullman. That's it. A domino effect. Dominoes. Ivan. Domino. One fall and they all gonna fall. They're going to tear up the Constitution. Yep. Control, demolition. That right there. Okay, you said I think they will sustain. That's the only person. I think the sustaining is going to have to be another country to be able to take on that level of consumption. Y'all realize how long it took for the U.S. to get to this point? Because at first we were not quite the dominant culture. It took a couple of hundred years for a new system to stand up. Because if you remember back in the day, it used to be Great Britain was somewhat of dominant culture, and the U.S. was a byproduct of Great Britain. The U.S. was dependent upon Great Britain in most cases to be able to survive over here. And it took almost 100 years for them to be able to sustain, but they had to sustain. Thank you, Gino said it. They had hundreds of years of free labor. So the cheat code for the U.S. to be able to be the superpower that they were was to get free labor. So they had to go get slaves and come over here and build this nation. So they had a cheat code there. We was the cheat code. Y'all know what a cheat code is, right? Y'all know when you play a video game, when you want to win the game quickly, you don't want to go through the levels. Go from one level to the next level to the next level. When you play video games, what do? I need the cheat code. Once you have that cheat code, you can skip levels. Whereas your other counterparts that don't have the cheat code, they got to go level by level. The U.S. had the cheat code, so they could skip levels and be able to say, our cheat code is free labor. Let's bring these Black people over here and let's build this nation up without paying them. But what we know is the Most High say, if you don't pay them on the front end, baby, you got to pay them on the back end. Because what you could have paid them 200-300 years ago, y'all would have been a get out. It would have been your get out of jail free card quickly. But because you would not repent from your sins, you won't have to pay on the back end. And everybody knows the rule of thumb. You're going to have to pay later, but it's better to pay on the front end than it is better to pay on the back end. But you're going to have to pay. They thought it was a cheat code. They thought it was a cheat code. That wasn't a cheat code. Because guess what happens this is what happens when you play with cheat codes. The person here who had to go from level to level to level in playing the video game, they began to become more analytical. They began to be able to get through certain things that you were not able to learn because you had cheat codes. So because you had the cheat code, OUS, you didn't do it the correct way. Now you in this pickle, guess what's finna happen? You ain't gonna know how to get out of this mess because you're not a good player. You can't win being a cheater. So pretty much right now, they dealing with that. They dealt with it and they're dealing with it now. That they played themselves to the point that now they're in the position where the very system that they designed is coming back and biting them and consuming them to the point that they don't know how to get. I'm gonna tell you something. I think that this U.S. is in such a hole. They don't know how to get out of it. They're really playing everybody around them, except for Black folks. Black folks already said, yeah, this ain't finna be a good one. But we're gonna ride it out. We're gonna see what's finna happen. We're gonna see what's happening. But But for so long, the U.S. has cheated. They've cheated. They've created these. It's just, man, y'all. I'm just sitting back and watching it. Does all this make sense? Not we done, they done. I don't even say we, they done. Come on, let's rephrase that. They done. We ain't done. Because guess what? You still got to pay us. I ain't gonna stop saying that Most High finna bless us with reparation. I refuse. Most High gonna bless us with reparations because they gonna have to pay. They said you're gonna lead out with great substance. I ain't going nowhere, y'all, until I have my great substance. I'm sorry. I know some people be like, that ain't what that scripture mean. I'm taking it as such. I ain't going nowhere until I get my great substance. Because they said you're gonna watch the nations to be judged. Then you're gonna be able to leave out here with that great substance. Give me my great substance. I got faith. Give me my great substance. I don't pay me. Once you pay me, I'll go gladly. I'm gonna go gladly with a smile on my face, and y'all not gonna hear a mumbling word from me. But I am trusting the Most High that He has power. Because think about it, the children of Israel, when they left Egypt, they didn't leave empty-handed. They left with their stuff and some of Egypt's stuff. Egypt paid their bill, and they said, I'm bouncing. Thank you so much. The U.S. got to do the same thing. U.S. got to do the same thing. If Egypt had to pay up, they got to pay. Give me my check. Because my thing is, I'm scared to leave. Because if I leave, they'll say, well, you ain't here no more. You can't get no check. No, that ain't how it works. We're going to sit here together until you pay me. And the Most High going to continually be just dealing with these nations until you pay up. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to sit back and chill. But rest assured, when you give me that check, you ain't got to see me no more. You ain't got to see me no more. I'm bouncing on y'all. Not a mumbling word. You'll look up and they say, where is he? She done left, honey. Well, give me my check. You don't make a declaration and say, foundational Black Americans, the ones that are considered to be the slaves, I'm going to pay you 40 acres and a mule, and we're going to sign off on this and say this is owed to you, and then you renege on your promise on the children of the Most High God. That ain't how He works. You can't renege on that 40 acres and a mule. Yah is not a lie. He's not a lie. He ain't lied to us. They got to give it to us. Especially when you've given other people reparations, but didn't give us. Man, please. Most High is finna move on my behalf. I don't care what y'all say. I'm sitting here waiting on my check. Give me my check, my nigga. Give me my check. Once you give me my check, I'm out. You ain't got to worry about me. So I really believe right now they are going to have to pay the piper. And these waves of judgment ain't gonna stop. Y'all, and they played in our faces, y'all. $100 billion is missing. Y'all remember what I talked about yesterday? That Ukraine said, wait, hold on. Y'all said y'all gave us $177 billion. We only got 77 billion. Where's the 100 at? So if you got enough money to play in our faces to give $177 billion out, after all these checks that they sent out to Ukraine, they sent out to Israel, they sent out to Taiwan, it's the equivalence of what they could have given us in reparations. So don't tell me what y'all can't do. Don't tell me what y'all can't do, because y'all are capable of doing it. So sitting here saying, oh, I've heard people say they ain't giving us nothing. I don't need to wait on it. You can speak that. They got it, and I'm waiting on it. They got it. Get it from all these nations. In fact, there was a Democrat that just recently, have y'all heard about the Democrat? It was a lady. white lady, blonde hair, said, if we should have done anything instead of sending money to all these countries, we should have been giving them reparations. And in fact, she said, I think she was a Republican. She said, I would have rather given it to them, which is us, reparations, than hand out all this money for these nations. I sat there and I said, see, Father ain't finna let that go. Y'all gonna eventually have to give it. So I'm getting ready to go to bed too. I saw somebody say, good night, folks. Same here. Good night, folks. But y'all, we got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about because I kid y'all not, when we wake up in the morning, it's gonna be something else going down. It's gonna be something. I promise y'all, lately, that's all I hear is NYPD outside. Saints are scared. They say Little Haiti in Brooklyn is a ghost town right now because of ICE. We ain't even talked about ICE right now. Trump is cleaning house and he not playing games even in New York. Didn't I tell y'all, Saints? Didn't I tell y'all? I told y'all this a couple of years ago. I said, do not, when these folks start pulling people as far as bringing in immigration, y'all better have y'all IDs on y'all. And a warning went out to everybody. Have your identification with you at all times. I have my identification when I'm going to the garbage to take my garbage out. I don't play. They ain't finna snatch me up. But they said, look, Haiti is a ghost town right now. So the reason I said that is because I heard the police outside. And you know, NYPD have a distinct sound with their trucks and cars. But with that being said, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I have enjoyed this conversation. I am. Where's Rio? Rio is real pissed off at me right now. But I'm going to go to bed. I've enjoyed it. Share this video with anyone that you deem worthy to watch this. Just wait on y'all. I'm waiting on him. I want my check. Give me my check. That's why everybody acting crazy. That's why Elon Musk, everybody's acting crazy right now for a reason. The Most High driving them into utter madness. So, well, Saints, it is 12:42 my time. As you can hear it in my voice, I'm getting real tired and I'm getting sleepy. So, y'all have a blessed day. And Johnny Bell, thank you so much for becoming a Patreon member. Thank you so much for your Patreon. Joining my Patreon group. I got to do more about Patreons, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm going to go to bed. As you can hear, it's almost 1 o'clock. I'm going to go finish cleaning up my kitchen and going to sleep. That's all I got right now. You got more videos to watch because, like I said, brace yourself in the morning because something crazy is finna happen. I already know it. Every day is finna be something. So, all right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for following me. We're going to continue on in this journey. Hopefully, I can come back around before the weekend ends to talk more. I got a feeling that something crazy is going to happen. I'm going to have to get back out here again. But y'all keep me lifted in prayer. Keep me lifted in prayer, y'all. On the 24th, I got surgery. Nothing bad. I hurt my leg and I got surgery on February 24th. And it's quick. It's gonna be outpatient. But I don't like surgery. But yeah. So I have a knot on my leg that is painful. And I actually had my first MRI. I've never had an MRI before. And they put you in this little capsule and you in there for 45 minutes to an hour. I was freaking out because I'm claustrophobic. I don't like stuff like that. But they looked at the lump and they said we're gonna have to remove it. They don't see anything bad. They think it's just a little fatty tissue on my leg. But it is painful. That's the problem. It's painful at times. So yeah, on February 24th, y'all keep me in prayer. Like I said, I'm going into surgery and I should be back home that day. Be back at home that day. So y'all, like I said, keep me lifted. All right, I'm getting ready to go to bed, Saints. Love y'all. And be blessed. And only 60 games played. Who said that? Oh, Kelvin Pullman. Tell your mom happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, Saints. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Y'all, I'm tired. So I'm taking, also after surgery, I'm taking 2 days off. So I'm going to be resting up. And then the rest of the days I'm working from home. Oh, wow. I asked if I'm keeping you. I hope you're okay. I have to have a muscle removed from my left leg and another one put in the later this year. Oh, man, I'm going to keep you in prayer. I'm going to keep you in prayer. So, all right, y'all. Love y'all. Talk to y'all hopefully before the weekend is out. All right. Be blessed.
All different type of information every week. Let me speak. If you subscribe, we're going deep. Love talk, Sister E. God's work, Sister E. Charity, Sister E. Let's talk.